Bro, I feel like I'm on drugs. I've been reading the 2xKO subreddit, reading what they say about the game and the balance and the characters. I feel like I'm actually on drugs. People were complaining about Braum and how bad he was. They were like, yeah, his forward assist, it's okay. Like, there's all these other better forward assists. And then he's point blank after, but who cares if he's point blank after because he's not scary. And I was like, Point blank Braum is not scary? I was reading about how Darius's 5M was like not that good. He's got like no mix and like no other stuff. I'm like, this character has an overhead. He has a hook that you can bake in follow-up options, a really good cross-up button. His and Warwick's stand M are legit like Thanos tier. They're like so incredibly good. I'm reading the stuff they're saying about these characters and I'm like, bro, we are not playing the same game. Maybe I need to make more videos about how to play these characters because I have bad news. Like if you're struggling with current Braum, Darius, Warwick, Vi, Alawi, like these kinds of characters, these characters, in my opinion, are basically as good as current Echo, Yasuo, and Ahri. It's pretty close. Like, I don't know if you watch any of the European tournaments, all the French tournaments, almost none of them play Teemo. They all play a ton of Warwick and Vi, and Alawi, yeah. So I think those characters are like very similar in power. And the thing about Braum, he himself is slightly weaker, but shield plus all the forward assists in the game is really insane. And Unbreakable in the corner is like basically the best win condition in the game, right? Like it's really, really, really hard to deal with. Okay, let me spin you a yarn. People always say two things. One, Ahri Vi is a bad matchup for Vi. And the second thing is they say her anti-airs are bad, right? And it's because her 2H is pretty slow and it doesn't have that huge of a hitbox. So something that happens quite a lot is like stuff like this, where you like try to anti-air a character like Ahri, you crouch and your anti-air just goes the opposite direction and it's so slow that like if I try to wait and like hit her on the other side, then like I can't get my 2H to hit her. And so you may say like, well, if the character has like a taller 2H or like a faster 2H, like it's more likely to hit. But I actually don't think her anti-airs are that bad. Her air throw is excellent. She has one of the better air throws in the game. She gets the combo off of her air throw with whatever stuff she wants to do. The other thing is her movement is excellent. So she has like some of the best grounded movement to get around stuff like this. And her jab being so big means that a lot of the times what ends up happening is you can do stuff like this and just position because her movement is so good. Or you like dash and then do this. And then you like, you know, do whatever. So like she's a character where her anti-air options are actually very good because air throw is really good and her dash is so fast that it's very easy for her to get under. And her pillar is great too. She has this. So she forces him not to be able to float. It's very good if your opponent's above you and commits to an option. Every other scenario for it's not great, but I think if you like call pillar and call an assist, it's very good because if it counter hits an entire time he's tumbling down, I can dash up and combo off it with either of my characters, her or Echo. You get the idea. See that? Now you may say like, well, I mean, even in chat, someone said I'd rather have a better 2H. I don't actually think her 2H is that bad. It's slow, but it's perfectly fine. I think her actual struggle with airborne characters is because her neutral options are committal to cover horizontal space. Those options are weak to jump. Moves like this and moves like this lose to jump. She has a lot of options that lose to jump, right? Like this. And when she does stuff like this and commits and a character's in the air, then in the scramble, when she has to like 2H or something, that's where the problem comes about. But I actually don't think her anti-airs are that bad, to be honest with you. I would rather air throw you with Vi than a lot of the characters in the game. And I would rather have Vi to dodge characters above me than a lot of the cast. And if she hits you with 2H, it's a fat starter with this because she gets to do this stuff, right? Like her damage off this is very good. That's the big thing. But if someone is like floating in the air, and I'm trying to do like normal buy stuff to them, I'm gonna run into some trouble. If someone is doing this and I'm trying to do like dash punches and stuff, I'm not making progress, you know? I'm not hitting them. And then that puts me in like a bad spot where like I would try to 2H and my 2H would whiff and then I would die, right? These are, I think, the actual problems is when the person's in the air and she's trying to use these tools are just not good versus airborne options, right? With other characters, a lot of their toolkits and things have like answers to this more naturally, you know, like with Echo, this move as a way to like poke back and stuff. A lot better than Vi, who has to fling her body forward and is going to lose to air options. That's my theory about why people say her anti-airs are so bad and like her options against air characters are not very good. I think it's mostly because of her actual grounded tools and the way the character approaches and not her actual anti-airs. Most nights I just boot up and play like random characters or teams or different stuff. Like Last night I was playing Ari Vi, and I started playing a bunch of Darius again. And you guys know I've been playing a lot of Warwick. I just like playing Echo. It's really hard for me not to play Echo. I don't know. The character is just so fun. But when I read the subreddit for this game, they talk about this game like Echo and Yasuo, Ari, and Teemo are 5 tiers ahead of Darius or Warwick or Alawi, whatever their character is, and I'm astounded. Listen. Bro, you should see me in the gym. It was like my last set, and I put like a real heavy weight on. SK was just like, you don't have to do this one, you know, we could just not do it. And I was like, I gotta do it to be strong, because I know Yasuo is strong enough. I know he's strong enough to do this, okay? That motherfucker doesn't need the strength, but I do. I've seen it from my own fucking eyes. So I was like, I gotta get strong too, bro. If I let this guy outpace me, it's over. I had to get in there and fucking lift heavy, and I was too powerful at the end of that. My chest day went crazy.